All right, folks, so it is sale week. This is seller newsletter number 6. So this is our last newsletter we'll send you before the sale. So let's get some last minute info and reminders in. Um, so the newsletter contains some information that you need as you're just preparing your items for drop off this week. If you have somebody else who is dropping off for you, this would be information you would want to make sure to pass on to them um, so that they have an idea of what's going on. So if you did not make a drop-off appointment or if you're needing to change your drop-off appointment, please email me. You will not be able to do it in the system since it's shut down. I can let you know it's still available and get you manually entered for one. So when you show up for drop-off, um, you're going to pull your video through the gates on the east side of the building, so the right side as you're looking at the armory from the front. You're just going to drive straight through that open gate, and then you're going to go to one of the bay doors that is open. Since it's looking like it's going to be a little warmer, there may be several doors open. Um, but for most of you, you'll see cars already over there, so you'll probably be able to figure out where you need to be. Go ahead and park right outside that bay door, just leaving a little bit of space in front so folks can get their cars in. And then before you start unloading, go ahead and come check in with us. We will get you your seller pre-sale pass, and then make sure we get you any information you're going to need, and then you can go ahead and start unloading. So just remember that we do have volunteers available to help you, but you are responsible for putting away your items out onto the sales floor. Everything is labeled. It's super easy to navigate, but and sellers generally find that it's really not that difficult to do. If you are needing the drop and run option, you can check out our website. There's a link for that in the newsletter. There is an additional charge for that just because we do not have the capacity to do that for everybody. Um, there are rolling racks and carts available for you to use to help put items away and stay organized. Um, if this is your first sale, we encourage you to let us know that when you're dropping off, because then that way we can be extra sure that we are giving you a good, thorough explanation. Um, and if possible, grab you a volunteer that can kind of help show you the ropes. So what you need to bring to drop off, make sure items come tagged, sorted per the drop off instructions on the website. The most important thing is clothing. You should sort it by gender and then by size because that's how it's going to be hung up. And then the rest of your items, especially if you have a lot, sort it generally as much as you can. So toys, books, puzzles, etc. Um, just to make your process a little bit easier. Make sure to leave us a bin or a box to sort your unsold items into. We are actually doing something new this time where we will have a label for your box, but you are welcome to go ahead and label your box or bring one that's already labeled. That's totally fine. Make sure to bring us your car seat and crib checklist if you are bringing either of those items. There is a link to those in the email if you do not have that. And then also make sure to bring your big items. I know that sounds silly, but I actually experienced a sale where um, Sunday I looked in the garage and discovered that a large item that I meant to bring was still sitting out there and I was not happy with myself. So I like to give that reminder. So consignor pre-sale. The pass you get at the drop-off is going to admit you to the pre-sale, and it is transferable. If you are not going to use it, if you're volunteering so you don't need it, if you're not going to be in town, whatever, we actually encourage you to share it because that is more shoppers that are going to come in and buy your stuff. If you are wanting to be able to shop earlier, so at 5:30 instead of 6:30, we do still have volunteer spots available. Currently, our highest need shifts are Saturday 12 to 4 and 2:30 to 6:30, or Sunday 10 to 2, or 10:30 to 4:30. Um, so we have a couple other open slots if those don't work for you, but generally those are the ones that still have some spots open. Um, so consignor pickup is Sunday from 2 to 4. Please do your best to arrive in your pickup scheduled time. You can still do that in your consignor workstation if you have not yet. Um, that just helps keep it running as smoothly as possible. So when you get there for check-in, what we're going to do is we're going to assign a volunteer who's going to walk you through the process. Okay, this is going to make sure that you hit all the stations and get all of your items. So remember, we do not send out seller reports before um, seller pickup. And the reason for this is that we are a super fast-paced sale. Crunching it all into a weekend just means that we are very, very tight on time. And I cannot ensure those reports are accurate yet. So that those will hopefully be sent out Sunday evening after we get back home. Um, but everything is going to be sorted into your bin that you leave us, except for clothing, which will be sorted down to a letter code that you'll be able to get your items from. But they're sorted down to a small enough group that it's not too difficult. There will also be a pile of mystery items that have lost their tag, so please make sure to check that closely to see if you have a lost item in there. Remember, at 4 p.m., our donation truck arrives. Everything goes with them. I can't retrieve them after they're gone. So please do not be late. Be sure to check that mystery pile, check for large items, check closely the hanging items so that you're not leaving anything behind. Okay, finally, this is going to be a very big sale. If you haven't guessed from us needing to shut down categories and having to shut down the system early, this is actually our largest sale to date. So we put a lot of resources, we put a lot of energy into advertising the sale. But at the end of the day, I cannot beat the value of word of mouth. You encouraging people to come is going to always be the most effective way to get people to the sale. So talk to your friends, talk to your coworkers, talk to people at the places you frequent. We have flyers available on our website if you have places you want to hang those up. I do still have some here if you want to come get some from me. Share our Facebook post, share our Instagram post, just interact with them to help the algorithm show our post to lots of folks. Yes, just please help us spread the word about the sale. Finally, if you have any questions leading up to the sale or need to get a hold of us for an urgent reason, Facebook Messenger tends to be the best way to get a hold of us because Sean and I will both see that message. Email is also totally fine. I did put my cell phone number in the newsletter. Text during the sale tends to be the very best way because it can be loud, plus service can be a little sketchy in the Armory, so text is usually the best way, but call is also fine. And just keep in mind, the more we get into the sale, it's going to be harder for me to respond, but I'll do my very best. We do have a frequently asked question page that I linked in the email that you can go check. That might be a quick way to get your question answered. All right, I will see you later this week at drop off. Thank you so much for selling with us, and it's going to be a great sale.